We have had to take in so much knowledge, even without looking for it, even without trying. And I hope that it's encouraged people to look for it and want to learn more about history, because you can't understand today without understanding yesterday. I was like, wait, what? It comes down to the song for me.
I'm just gonna go ahead and create something over here. Coming up on another act, I sit down with her and talk about her big Grammy win over Taylor Swift, a possible future collaboration with D'Angelo, and her Best Song Oscar nomination for one of the year's most powerful films. So I want to start our conversation by sending you several congratulations. First for the Grammy for I Can't Breathe. You know, how did it feel to win that particular category, Song of the Year, to remind people, while being up against Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish, because they have beat everyone from Beyonce to Kendrick Lamar, but not you.
Yeah, it felt crazy. Honestly, I was like, all right, you know, we won Best R&B Song. I'm here. The nomination is a win in itself. So I was kind of like, all right, you know, I'm just happy to be here. That was my energy. And when Trevor Noah called I Can't Breathe, I was like, wait, what? Like, I had to take a second because I really couldn't believe it. And it just felt like, I don't know. It was a million things going through my brain at that time. And I don't know. I just said everything from the heart. It was, you know, really honest and surprising for me. So I enjoyed it.
It was such a great moment. And yet there's another great moment. You have been nominated for an Academy Award for Fight for You, which of course is part of the really excellent Judas and the Black Messiah film. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means the world. It feels important. Like, you know, just being a part of Judas and the Black Messiah and the story of Fred Hampton felt so important to me, especially because nobody knew, you know, really the details of the story. So it was like, I'm a part of telling an important part of our history, because you know, I think knowledge is power, and you know, there's just power in knowing a story like this. And it gave me this responsibility. So yeah, it was just important for me.
Yeah. How did that come to you? How were you first approached about that? And where did you start with creating this really beautiful song?
Yeah, I had conversations with Shaka King, and I was saying like, hey, where do you want me to go with this? Because this is the end of the movie. Like, this is a very tragic story. And I could have easily made a ballad. And he said, well, we don't really want people to be sad. We want people to be hopeful. And I was like, boom, okay, I got you. So I was listening to some Marvin Gaye and Curtis Mayfield, just because the music, even though it was so painful, it was so uplifting at the same time, especially during that time, Sly and the Family Stone and people like that. So I really dug into that world of music and that subject, and kind of bridge the two generations together, you know, that time and now what we're seeing now. There's not too much that separates us. We are continuing that fight now. There's been an awakening. So that was the idea.
Yeah, well, it's worked and then some for you. Where were you when you got the word that that you were nominated for an Academy Award?
You know, fresh off the Grammys, I was just like, man, okay, now we got the win. I'm good. You know, if the Oscar nomination doesn't happen, it's all good. I'm still a winner, but I got that too. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's historical.
You sang with D'Angelo as part of the verses. Yes. And it was such a great moment. And he made the really fun comment that you guys should do a him and her project. Talk to me about that. What was it like for you? And are you actually working on new music with D'Angelo?
I hope so. We've definitely been talking about it, but we definitely need to actually do it. But that moment was like a top 5 moment in my life. Like, you don't understand. I'm a huge D'Angelo fan. I mean, who isn't? But literally, like, when I got the call, you know, they were like, he's a really big fan, we want you to come out. And he didn't know that I was going to actually come, but he had been talking about me and, you know, raving about me, I guess. And so when I came, his reaction just made my reaction even more like, oh my gosh, is this happening right now? And then, you know, I was just singing my song, doing my thing. And then here he come with the harmonies. And I was just like, this is D'Angelo. Like, there's no way, like, I'm singing with D'Angelo right now. It was surreal. It was surreal.
It was a really great moment for those of us watching it as well. And it makes me think about, You have collaborated with so many great people. Which collab so far has meant the most to you and why?
There's so many artists I've worked with that I've been like, wow, I can't believe I did that. But performing with Alicia Keys, who was somebody I looked up to growing up as well, like my whole life, and then doing a show with Aerosmith, and also doing the Prince tribute with Sheila E. And the time coming up to me saying Prince would have loved you. Those moments, like, I don't know, just it's confirmation for me. Like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing. So special.
Yeah. Well, I definitely have you and Jazmine Sullivan on a constant
Oh,
replay in my
how could I forget?
household.
How could I forget? How could I forget Jazmine Sullivan? Duh, that's somebody else. Actually, I just told Jazmine, me and Kehlani, we used to sing back in the day when we were really young kids, and we used to do a cover of Need You Bad. So that was like a full circle moment for me as well, doing a song with Jazmine. I looked up to her so much.
Is there someone else out there that's top of your list that you haven't worked with yet that you would love to get in the booth with?
Oh, there's tons of people. Stevie Wonder is probably number one on my list. I love Stevie. I love Coldplay. That's like one of my favorite groups. Carlos Santana, Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is somebody I really want to work with. But there's a lot of dope new artists as well, like Snow Allegra and Summer Walker, who I would love to work with.
I love that. I was talking with one of your very big fans the other day, and she was saying that it feels like you're really owning your space now. Like initially when you first came out, it felt like you were maybe hiding physically, but now you're more out there in a way, and we didn't know what that change signified internally for you. Is it something, does that mean something to you? And if so, tell me a little bit about that.
That's so funny you said that, because I agree. I mean, I wasn't hiding. I don't think I was ever hiding or trying to cover up, because of discomfort or anything. I think it was more so we focus too much on those things that to me don't really matter as much as the music and the message and, the power in words and kind of my songs are my diary. And it is very hard to make very honest music. Volume 1 was very much like the evolution of woman is what I call it. And me becoming a young woman, literally in high school, 15, 16, well, really 16, 17, 18 years old. And just like growing into being a young woman and all those changes that we go through. And I'm super dramatic, so like everything I write is super dramatic. It's the end of the world. I'm a kind of a drama queen in that way. And so the music that I write will always be deeper than it really is, but based off the smallest situations. But I did notice, as far as the growth, my first project was a lot of like, can you focus? What are we doing? Is this, are we not? Are we? And it was a lot of unsureness, which is normal, for a young teenage girl. And this album that I'm creating now, I notice it's a lot more sure. And even the last project is a lot more like, this is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I'm comfortable with. This is what I'm not. This is, it is what it is. And I think there's definitely a growth there, especially in subject matter and just my perspective in the world. And sometimes you have perspectives and you think, am I tripping? Like, is this the way it's supposed to be? Is this who I am? Is this who I'm not? I'm not sure. And then when you finally have a little bit more life experience, and then you realize I don't have to dim my light, or I can be whoever I want to be, or, oh, I was tripping in that situation, or I learned from that situation. Then it's like, okay, all right, I kind of can figure out what I'm doing, what I want from here. And I'm constantly evolving, I'm only 23, but absolutely, there's definitely a growth there. But I think the glasses and everything has just been part of who I am. It's part of my artistry, and it really, to me, the music is most important. So the music is always going to be the forefront, and you can, see me and people getting to know me a little bit more, but the music always comes first. It always has and always will.
Absolutely. Now, the thing that you just said was the music that you're working on right now. I know 2019 was when we got the last album. Does that mean that a new album is coming soon?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've been working on this project for a really long time, and I just wanted to make sure it was right, and like I said, there's been a lot of growth. So yeah, it'll be out very soon.
Yeah. So we have a Grammy and maybe we'll have an Academy Award. Does this mean that you want to chase this EGOT title?
Oh yeah,
is that
absolutely.
on the plan? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's been the plan. That's been the plan. So I can't believe we're here so soon. We're getting there so soon. But I'm definitely working towards that.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to see it happen. Thank you so
Yes,
much for doing this today. This was a lot of fun. I
of
appreciate
course.
it.
Thank you. I enjoyed talking with you.